Hello everyone, my name is Kylie. Today I'm analyzing the controversial proposal in Indonesia to make vasectomy mandatory for low-income families seeking government aid. Let's look at the context. This issue arose when West Java Governor Deddy Mulyadi suggested that underprivileged men should undergo a vasectomy to qualify for government assistance and scholarships. His reasoning was simple. Many poor families have too many kids, which he believes traps them in a cycle of poverty. He cites a case of a father with 11 children who was unemployed. While the problem of poverty is real, the solution proposed mandatory sterilization strikes at the very heart of human dignity and personal freedom. To understand this debate, we must look at the facts. A vasectomy is a surgical procedure intended to be pre-made. Although refusal is possible, it is expensive and has a failure rate of up to 30%. The proposed incentive of Rp 500,000 is less than $40, a major amount to ask a person to give up their reproductive future. On this slide, you can see the stakeholders map. We have the government's official efficiency, but we also have Comnes HRM warning of human rights violations, and the MUI declaring the procedure has harm. The conflict here is between administrative efficiency versus individual autonomy. Proponents argue for better resource distributions, but we, as critics, must argue that you cannot fix the economy by violating the body. Now let's dive into the core arguments. First, the governor's proposed reset on a logical fallacy. He assumed that children cause poverty. However, research shows that poverty is often caused by a lack of education and systemic unemployment. Children are a symptom but not the root cause. Second, let's talk about values. A citizen's body is not a commodity. When the state mandates a surgery in exchange for rights or scholarships, it is no longer aids. It is structural coercion. Finally, the most alarming point is class discriminations. This policy creates a divided society. If you are wealthy, you can have 10 children. If you are poor, the state discards your biology. This is a form of modern eugenics that targets the most vulnerable. Some might argue, but is not it the state job to stop the cycle of poverty? To that, I respond yes, but the means do not justify the ends. Forced measures create social trauma. History shows us that when you force people into medical procedures, it leads to resentment and social unrest. Instead of surgery, the evidence provides that education and job creations are the most effective contraceptive. When people are empowered with knowledge and stable income, birth rates naturally decline without violating anyone's rights. In conclusion, mandatory vasectomy is a short science and unethical response is a complex problem. My recommendations are clear. The government should focus on voluntary family planning education. Shift the focus towards social economic empowerment, giving people jobs, not surgeries. Ensure all citizens have access to transparent healthcare, where they can choose their own methods of contraception. The impact of these recommendations will be a more stable, respectful, and truly progressive national where disunity is not for sale. As shown on this slide, my analysis is supported by reference from the Indonesia Ulema Council's international human rights reports and current news articles from the Stars and Jakarta Post. Thank you for attention.